Today I'm drawing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, wrestler, actor, biggest neck in Hollywood. As far as I can find, Dwayne's first TV appearance outside of wrestling was when he played his dad, Rocky Johnson, in That 70s Show. There's even a part in that episode where he tells Red and Eric that he also has a son, and one day he's going to go on to become the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. But when he says that, it's like he's actually talking about himself.
Yeah, it's really nice, bringing your kid to a wrestling match. You know, I got a son, and one day, he's gonna become the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
He was also in an episode of the 1998 TV version of that Sandra Bullock movie, The Net. The soundtrack on this TV show is pretty amazing. This show follows CIC agent Angela Bennett. The CIC is like a hacker department of the CIA, I guess.
Now we know what CIC stands for. Can't investigate crap.
Anyway, she's fresh out of the academy. There's a lot of like 90s hacker stuff in the show.
Can you trace it?
I sent out a ping, but they probably masked the relay side. I mean, it's probably a remote service with multiple routing and hops, and it's bonded to
English, please.
Whoa, is this a Cybernaut 133? Oh, this is so cool.
I can't find them. There's too many routers.
Also, a lot of exposition.
Well, what happened to the innocent girl I left 8 weeks ago?
I left her at the academy.
That's why you're here. I don't understand the technology. I understand the possibilities. The CIC was my idea. Look, can you fix it?
If you wanted to fight contenders, you shouldn't have been shooting steroids at the Olympic trials.
Everybody took steroids then.
It might seem like I'm making fun of this show, but I'm actually really digging it. Angela is at some kind of CIA academy. The Rock is her fighting teacher in this episode. She graduates and then gets sent to this music shop, which is a front for this hacker operation in the back of the shop. The guy there explains that there's this website called Last Man Standing that live streams fights to the death.
I'm trying to get online for a website called Last Man Standing.
That's also the name of the episode. They log on and watch the fight to the death.
Who will be the last man standing tonight? 6-time last man standing champion and the most dangerous man on the planet.
So the fights are basically this one bad guy who organizes everything and then pays this fighter who we find out was in the Olympics or something.
Everybody's gonna know my name.
Named Johnny Stern to fight to the death for money. But he always wins because they blind the other guy.
Blind these guys to beat them.
Also, apparently they just dump the dead guys in the road after the fight. This would ultimately be their undoing. Angela and the other guy are at the morgue where the guy who lost turned up when his wife busts in crying.
But he was married.
How do you know that?
Tan lines on his ring finger. Force of habit. I always look.
I'm sorry, you can't go in there.
I want to see him. My father gave this to me when I was a little girl.
Angela gives the woman her necklace for some reason, which completely disarms her and leads her to tell Angela the name of the gym that the dead guy always went to. So anyway, they get to the gym and Angela's like, hey, other guy, hang back. This will take a woman's touch.
Let me try a different approach.
Like what?
The owner of the gym, Mel, is trying to smash as soon as she walks in.
Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Mel's.
There's also a lot of like sexual tension in this show.
By dropping onto his back, knocking the air from his lungs.
If you get any closer, we're gonna need a blood test.
Like flirting and touching. I guess they were going for like a sexy, cool hacker type of show. I don't know. It's a bit like X-Files, I guess, which came out in 1993, but it's got more of an emphasis on hacking. Anyway, so she goes full LA Noire on this guy.
CIC. According to Billy Rudd's wife, you were the last one to see him alive.
That's a load of bull. A dozen people saw him before.
So you knew he was dead?
That's not what I said.
The guy is fully affiliated with that bad guy from earlier, it turns out. He calls the bad guy and tries to get out of everything because he's scared he's going to get in trouble.
And I want to get out now.
Fine, suit yourself.
Angela and the other guy stake out the gym and watch Mel go to the meeting. And they go in and they see Mel get killed by this guy. The guy's name is Zoltan Boudet. I looked him up because, like, look how cool this guy looks. I figured he'd be in a bunch of stuff. He seems to have a lot of these kind of parts, like random thug parts. He actually was in an episode of The X-Files. So anyway, after he kills Mel, they shout freeze, and there's this great moment where he pretends to freeze, but then shoots the light and escapes.
Freeze!
Drop your weapon!
So after he escapes, it cuts to like another fight being streamed. And there's this guy who was in the episode. I don't really get who this guy is. I think maybe he's Angela's ex-boyfriend or just a friend, or I kind of missed that. Anyway, the other guy doesn't like him. The other guy's name is actually Walter Cizelski.
This would go a lot faster if I had some help.
No.
What is your problem with Jacob?
He's a kid.
There's over 200 routers. His help could help me save a life.
I guess he has feelings for Angela and he's jealous. I need to watch the whole season. The loser of the fight ends up in hospital, so I guess he didn't die.
Hey, Cizalski, got one of your fighters in the hospital.
They find out he had eye damage. So they get The Rock to go undercover as a fighter. He goes to Mel's gym to try and get a fight, and that cool guy that shot the light from earlier is there, and his name is The Bear. The Rock meets that bad guy who explains everything, and he says that he can set up a fight for tonight. Angela and Walter are like, this is taking too long.
He's been in there over an hour.
Let's give it a while longer.
And they go in to look for The Rock, and it's super dramatic.
Something's wrong, it's taking too long.
The Rock's name in this is Flash Malone.
Flash Malone!
Well, that's his fighting name, but I think his actual name is like Brody. But anyway, so after they go into the gym, they find out that everyone left somehow and went to a different location. So I rewatched this part, and The Rock and the bad guy are still clearly in the gym when they're talking. So I don't know, maybe Walter and Angela just didn't look in all of the gym. Whatever. Anyway, so now the fight's actually happening, and Angela's nerd friend helps to track the location of the fight. Angela wears the Zibbernaut 133 for some reason. I googled what a Zibbernaut 133 is. I don't think it's a real thing. It's confirmed that they blind the fighters.
You were right. His retinas were burned. Like you were staring at the sun.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks a lot.
What's up, bad news?
So the way they blind them is the bear has some kind of big laser that he shines in the fighters' eyes. It's not inconspicuous.
Having a little trouble. I can't see.
We need an ambulance.
Got the feed. Let's get the hell out of here.
Angela and Walter arrive and the bad guys try and escape, but one of them drives away in a truck that is caught on a hose or a wire or something that's attached to the fight cage and pulls it down, and a light hits it and then it becomes electrified and kills the bear. And that's crazy. So then Angela saves Walter by shooting the bad guy at the end, and it's in slow motion. And it's implied, I think, that like she's never killed anyone before, but we'll have to watch the whole show, I guess. So the end scene is they're back at the music shop with the nerd guy, and Walter is like, oh, this came for you. And it's an envelope with the necklace from before. Wow.
I almost forgot. This came for you.
So there you have it, Hacker Cops. The net ran for one season before it got cancelled. There's 22 episodes of this show, and I'm down to watch all of them. So yeah, Last Man Standing, good episode. Why did Angela give some woman she just met her father's necklace? Should I invest in more routers? Where can I get a Zibbernaut? I want to watch some more of this. This episode that we just watched is pretty deep into the series, and it opens with her in CIA school. Maybe she's not an official agent before then. So I guess the show changes a lot throughout. Maybe each episode is like self-contained, kind of like MacGyver or Airwolf. Maybe we could watch the entire show and then watch the Sandra Bullock movie. Bear in mind this is only the second TV appearance for The Rock, so we have a lot more of this nonsense to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this for everything that he's been in. The Rock was also in an episode of Star Trek Voyager. He's an alien and he fights Seven, and let me tell you, next to The Rock, she looks no bigger than a Tarkanian field mouse.
You're no bigger than a Tarkanian field mouse.
Whatever that means. Anyway, she gets wrecked pretty bad. At one point she starts to win and The Rock gets knocked down, and she like pauses, maybe to offer mercy, I don't know. And he just kicks her. This is starting to turn into a Dwayne Johnson deep dive, which I am fine with, but I might just skip over some stuff. I'm probably not going to look at everything he's ever been in, but I might. This could end up being really long. Also, kind of want to go back and watch all of The Net. Maybe I'll do a video about that. Anyway, let's look at Welcome to the Jungle. And maybe you're thinking, oh, you mean Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. No, I'm talking about this movie, Rundown, with Sean William Scott and Christopher Walken. I think we're going to have to come back to this when it finishes downloading, if it ever does. But we're skipping ahead a bit, this is 2003, so while that's downloading, let's go back and check out his early music career. The Rock featured on the Wyclef Jean song, It Doesn't Matter. It Doesn't Matter was like his catchphrase back in the day. Well, he had a few catchphrases. Like he would ask someone a question, and then when they answer it, he cuts them off.
How do you feel about the match?
Well, I think
It doesn't matter how you feel! It doesn't matter what you think! It doesn't matter what you think! It doesn't matter what your name is! It doesn't matter how it makes you feel!
Oh no.
It doesn't matter. He also had, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Know your role, then shut your mouth.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth!
He also did a song with Method Man that year that you maybe missed. So that's going to do it for part one. Come back next time where we're going to be watching The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, it's working. It worked. How's it feel?
So that's what candy tastes like. Wow, it's amazing.